Taysom Hill first committed to Stanford. What's the process of getting someone who's on his mission to then come to BYU?
It's interesting because one of the unique things at BYU is the number of calls that we get. When young people go on their mission, we will not recruit them. The way it happened with Taysom Hill is a call from his mission president to us saying, I have a missionary out here that now is interested in coming to BYU. At that point, we didn't even know whom it was. So then you need to seek and make sure the letter of intent has expired from whichever school he has signed with. Make sure that all the release criteria by the NCAA are met. Once all that's done, then you can actually respond to the initiation by a mission president, or a parent sometimes will call while a young man's on a mission. And this usually happens about the 18 to 20 month mark. And they start seeing a change in the missionary and that there might be a different interest in coming back. And so when those calls come in, never initiated by us, but when they come in, we respond to them within the rules and hopefully do so then. Any way that we proceed forward has to be under the direction of the mission president to make sure that it's not going to affect the service of the young man. In this particular case, the mission president was the one that initiated it, and he set up very clear guidelines. Once we chose to respond under the NCAA legislation, then it was going to be on this day, at this time, to make sure it then fit within his schedule. And then he was actually hopeful that we could share as much information as possible in a short time, then back away, and then let the elder do his work, and then when he was ready, say what he wanted to do. But it was kind of under the direction of the mission president. So really a unique experience.
Just a small follow-up. Has there been any negative impact in recruiting with the loss of a high recruited person as of Jake Keeves?
You know, it's interesting that between myself and our coaches, it wasn't brought up once in a negative light. It was brought up that we see you lost a quarterback, and we hope he does well, etc., and he's a really good player. They also saw Riley Nelson come in, and they liked him, so it usually went from, we hope Jake, and we saw that Jake ended up at Kansas, which is great. Boy, we really like Riley, and we like the direction of the program. It was kind of those two things blended together, and that's really the way it worked. And I think most people understand a quarterback, really only one can play. And especially with our philosophy of if you have a question, you bring more than not enough, and eventually, man, if you bring enough good ones, some aren't content to be the backup and would like to run their own offense at their own program, and so I think there's a level of that has to be expected as well, so most understood that.